We're on Easy Street. Something amazes me.
3 minutes after that episode, Babs goes, "What was that song?" And I go, something, something, Sesame Street. That's not the song. Something, I don't know.
I don't remember how you get to busting out the good champagne and then Easy Street, Easy Street. And I'm like, what is this? This is amazing.
Did you Google it to see what it was?
No, did you?
No, I forgot what it was 2 minutes after. I couldn't even tell Babs.
I thought your story was going to continue into you knowing what it was.
Nope. Immediately forgot. So I'll assume that was a segue.
That was a cold open.
Welcome you all to us talking about the last episode, which is episode 3 of The Walking Dead, season 7. Jesus.
7, motherfuckers.
So, real quick, before we go into anything in the episode, were you happy, sad, appointed, disappointed? Did you like this episode? What was your thoughts?
I don't know how I feel about this. I'm kind of okay with it, but we're sort of back in the main, like, it's like Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
Because we're back at work now.
So, like,
the show continues.
I asked my girlfriend we watched it separately, and I asked her what did you think about it? She's like, "Oh man, that was great. Daryl is an actor," and I was like,
"Oh,
I hated this episode."
Oh God.
And
so
and nothing,
okay,
nothing against his acting ability,
so
but I don't know how much of that is acting.
So to review, impressed with the character's performance, sort of bored and feels like we're just going through the motions. Hate.
Well, and I'll give me a second to defend my hatred here.
No,
I hate it because
valid.
you had 2 episodes that I thought were very very powerful. The first episode, like, bam, out the gate, like, shit's happening. People are dead. You're like, oh, man, my heart, like, hands are getting cut off. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then episode 2, in a totally different direction, just giving a lot of, like, exposition to, like, what kind of fantasy, weird fucking world is this?
Like
how
where
is
this?
Are we?
How is this happening? What?
Like, these things are in the same show? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then episode 3, I was like, nothing happened, like, at all.
Right.
Like, at all.
Right.
And not even that. Like, this was farming to me. I was like,
Ooh.
This is boring. You're not doing anything. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, Daryl, you're showing him get beat down and whatnot.
We're learning things, right? Is the argument?
I think this would have been better suited to put as, like, 4 minutes in, like, the next 6 episodes, each showing, like, oh, Daryl's still going through shit. Oh, my God. Why are they fucking with Daryl so much? They're still playing that song? Holy shit.
But in one
episode,
Easy Street.
I'm like, all right, you're just annoying me. Like,
this is just torture for me now.
Am I alone here? Did you not?
Okay, so when I said it's like Wednesday, right? It was kind of like, okay, this is what the show makes you do, and it made me think back not to the last one. I felt the last one did actually move a lot because you were out doing pig stuff, then you came back.
Oh no,
right?
I didn't mean to say the last one didn't move.
I'm not saying you said that, but I'm saying that now it made me think of episode 1. How it was like, God, just tell me who the fuck you killed. Just stop teasing me. Stop making me go through all of this material. God, why do I watch this show? Fuck, I need to know what happens, though. And this whole, like, weird, dichotomy of the thing that I have with this. Because this episode was, like, we learned a handful of things that you could have showed me some other way, but we have to feel. I said during season, like, 4, I think, to you, but not on the camera or like whatever. I feel like at a certain point this show was like, okay, we got them. This is what we're allowed to make this many episodes. We're already gonna do one more season. So let's just pick a story and drape it over these episodes and then chop it into this many slices and deliver it to you, and it feels like work. It feels like just going through. Yes, of course.
Yeah, like,
I know. It's bad in the thing.
I just
get to the next part.
It was
I know. Yes,
thrilling.
turn around the RV. I know we have a thing we have to get to a thing, but we have to stretch this out.
What was even a point in this
episode
that you're like that was my jam? Like, there was no what's the good part? What's the highlight of this episode?
I liked him on the road with the dude and talking about the
Trevor,
stuff.
what's his name?
He's dead. I don't care what his name is. Yeah, Dwight was out.
Dwight.
That dude. Yes. Well, so Dwight was out with. I thought you were like that dude. I'm like, I don't know. The poor man's Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude with 3 lines.
The episode ended so abruptly. Like,
yeah, you texted me like, is the ending cut off? What happened? And
I was like, this didn't make sense.
So this episode was actually a few minutes shorter. You did double check that.
Yeah.
So literally, even they could not stretch it out any longer. I feel like we're like hating on the show.
This episode, like,
that's pain.
People shit on a lot of things, and I think rightfully so. This episode
Should be
did
shat upon.
nothing for me.
Yeah.
And I love Daryl. And to make me hate an episode that's all Daryl, I'm
That's
like, you
Daryl
fucked
focused.
up.
Okay. Do you want to like run it down?
Yeah. How did it start? What happened?
It starts out and there's a thing to like remind us previously, but it's all like Daryl and them stealing his thing and him being like, I should have killed you, and yeah, you should have, and all that fucking with Dwight and all that stuff. So like we knew from last episodes, next time on this that this was going to be the Daryl episode.
Yeah.
Part of me hoped it wouldn't be just Daryl, but most of me knew that it would be or whatever. That made me think of like all like the things we're getting reminded of. At a certain point later, after the whole thing with Dwight and like the girls happened, I think Daryl even says to like Rick or Michonne or someone like, I should have killed those people that stole my bike or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's been haunting him that he didn't kill his motherfucking people or whatever.
Well, it would have been better for them too, probably.
I think so, right? Because shit didn't go very well or whatever. And then it cuts from that basically into this pretty awesome, honestly, if I have to pick like a high point, the like, I called it the sandwich montage.
Sure, yeah.
Where it's Dwight
Dog
making
food sandwiches?
No, it's like Dwight making the good sandwich.
His sandwich. Yeah.
And it's played over some weird music because like Who's the Boss starts and then you're like, this is not the right show. What am I watching? Oh, good, okay. And it's Dwight and he's having a drink. He's watching Who's the Boss and he's like, all right, I need to go make a bad. He cuts the line. He cuts the sandwich.
Each ingredient is him stealing from a different person.
Well, it's stealing, like acquiring through his whatever the fuck. But yes, like his like position, we live like kings, whatever. But it was a great illustration. He makes this awesome looking sandwich.
I
He's
thought
got
though
the
like culmination of that scene was gonna be like Negan walking by and taking his sandwich.
Something, right?
Because I was like, he can't be allowed to enjoy a sandwich he made over the course of 3 or 4 minutes.
Right?
Like, and I don't mean 3 or 4 minutes of his time. I mean of my time. Like, fuck.
Oh, okay.
There should be a payoff.
You wanted something. Yeah, I just liked, it was a good way to show, like, I don't know. To me, it was a good way to show they have access to all this stuff and showing you where they got it from and then showing him with the sandwich. And, like, you see it later with, like, different shit, but, like, that's a sandwich that for years on this show has not existed. Maybe on Herschel's farm a little. Maybe, Alexandria had something.
No, with the layers of having, like, romaine, fucking mustard, actual bread that is baked.
Yeah, like a whole fucking setup. Just
a tomato.
Because for 2 episodes, and maybe last season even, we've been like, I wonder what it's like at, like, Negan's, like, community or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, no,
because they must have it pretty good. And then it's like, yeah, people have to wait online and some other bad shit's happening. But if you're on the good team, if you're part of, like, the hit squad, you get to live, whatever the fuck. And then they all bow to Negan right after that. Just
Here's a real quick projection time.
Sure.
How long before Daryl's wearing his vest again?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That could mean a lot of things. It's a very good way to phrase that.
So it's either going to be, A, he pleases Negan in some way and like, gives it to him.
Yeah.
B, what's his name, Timothy?
Dwight?
Dwight. Either Dwight just dies and he takes it off him, or C, option 3, he kills Dwight and takes his vest back.
God, is Dwight wearing Daryl's vest?
The whole time.
Holy shit. I knew he had his crossbow. I didn't know he was wearing his vest.
He is trying to be him. He's like, this guy's cool. I want to be him.
I picked up on that a bit, but fuck, I didn't know that was his vest. Since Dwight's wearing it, he'd have to give it to him or take it from him or something like that. That adds a whole new...
Yeah.
I was impressed at pondering the question of, like, one way or the other. How long until he's no longer prisoner Daryl or something like that. But
I think in the same episode that he becomes, like... It'll be something where... He's sent on some, like, death mission or something, comes back alive, now is in the squad, and gets his vest back.
Do you think Dwight has to die for that to happen?
I don't, because option 1 was Negan likes what he does and gives it to him. Maybe even his crossbow back.
Says, like, take that off, give it back to him. You're my main and then he's jealous.
Yeah, of course.
He's like, my
They're
face.
going to fight, and Dwight is either going to try to frame him for something or just try to kill him outright. Like, they'll be on a mission, and he'll try to, like, kill him and be like, zombies got him, and then Daryl's going to come back anyway. And be like, I thought you said zombies got him. No, you shot me in my back, you fucko.
He's like, no, I should have killed you when I told you. Let him fight, and they're going at their thing and all that shit. It was great.
And he's going to knock him out and take the vest off.
Nothing as good as that could possibly happen on the show. I don't care. No, it's upsetting. Predictions are really hard with this whole thing. We got so much humanization of Negan and Dwight and these motherfuckers now that I'm really wondering how soon it's going to be until some shit happens. I didn't see like a next time on Walking Dead, so I don't even know where we're gonna be next time. I hope we're in multiple places and not just one place, because I kind of hate this.
I would imagine we're back with Rick.
I would hope.
Or, like I said the first time, it's just Alexandria, and we don't see anybody else.
But so when you said that last time, I said, well, yeah, but Father whoever, Gabriel's there.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not just like it's going to be like, who's this character? Why are we following him around? Like, you would go back to a person, right?
Well, we know,
And,
what's the dude
name?
that Eugene goes, I'll respect the haircut. Like, we know that guy.
We know
he's
that
there.
guy. He has a fun name.
We know Father.
The young girl or whatever is there, right?
The son of the mayor, girl, lady, whatever.
Oh, God, is he alive?
He's still alive.
He's not dead?
No, he was sleeping with Rosie.
Oh, God. Tawdry affairs.
Yeah.
All right, so
it's
there's
possible that
we
you can
go
have
to.
a solo Alexandria one. And
But
for
after
anyone
how
who
this
saw
went-
the next time, we're obviously just reaching here. This is
Oh, sorry. Predictions, yes. Disclaimer on the bottom or something. We don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, you could already know that that's not true.
Could be months from now.
This will come out in 4 episodes.
This is embarrassing, right? It's like, it's probably not going to go. No, but like after this one, though, it would really suck even more. And they've already filmed them, so like they can't know that. I think most people are going to react a similar way to like how this went. Maybe not just us. I don't know.
Yeah.
And if the next one we still don't know what the fuck's happening with like the real characters, it's going to be very upsetting to me.
Well, what would be really upsetting is if it doesn't ultimately come back together and you have a series of at least 3, like, okay, that cliffhanger with Rick's people, and then 2 more episodes before you get a resolution.
I wish you hadn't said that.
That's certainly possible.
That's what's going to happen.
It's certainly possible.
We're going to get to the mid-season finale when they take their break and all that stuff, and they're going to tease that they might have come together, but they won't have or whatever the fuck.
Well, that's episode 6, right? The mid-season finale?
Now, I don't know
Are there
anymore.
14 episodes or are there 12?
Neither of those. There's more than both of those. There's 16,
Really?
I think
16.
8's the finale.
Okay, 8. All right. So either way, we're almost at the halfway point.
Yeah, no, like we're going to make it, I think. One more episode each that we've had right now, and then some kickers and teasers or whatever the fuck. I'm very upset.
Yeah.
They're going to do
upsetting.
that. They're going to do that. You know that, right?
I have to believe they're going to try
Fuck.
some shit.
All right.
So what else happened in this episode?
Okay, I'll get to my other thing later. Daryl's eating a dog food sandwich, though.
Many of them.
And Easy Street's playing.
And
So
he eats them happily. He's like, I'm
He's so
starving.
hungry, right?
He's just naked. And when we first meet him, he's just naked in a like cement room.
Yep.
There doesn't appear to be anywhere to go to the bathroom.
Just covered in shit.
You'd think he would be.
Covered in shit. He's probably shitting in the corner, but like he's not. He's just dirty looking and unhappy and just as you do. So like we went from like awesome sandwich to dog food sandwich.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's like Bush League symbolism or whatever fucking you call it, but I liked it. Visual, whatever the fucks. And then Easy Street. We have to talk about Easy Street real quick again.
Okay, this song plays over and over again.
So when it first started playing, I thought it was like when they put the audio of the next scene over this scene.
Okay.
And like, it sounded like, kind of like the Who's the Boss intro, like from some other show that I didn't watch as a kid or whatever. And it was going to cut back to, like, Dwight's life being awesome again, and, like, that being the theme song to whatever show he was watching now. I thought there was some show called Easy Street with, like, fucking what's-her-name and the other guy I just didn't know about or whatever the fuck. I didn't realize until he goes to close his eyes, and then the song starts playing and his eyes shoot open and he goes, oh, and all that stuff, that it was literally playing in the scene for Daryl to hear, and that was his, like, torture song or whatever the
I
fuck.
knew immediately it was some Noriega bullshit, and I was like, good choice. And it played forever until it changed to a different song.
Terrifying song. And, like, I thought, too, part 2 of this, that, like, I wonder what would happen if I'm ever in that situation, because I have slept through a lot. I feel like I could just go to sleep. They'd have to turn it up so loud that it would just make me deaf, and then I could definitely go to sleep. I don't know if this...
Definitely go to sleep?
Definitely. Because you've heard my alarm. I can sleep through...
I can hear his alarm.
I can sleep through...
I live upstairs.
I can sleep through an alarm for hours, and I've done it. Like, completely sober, decent night's sleep. I can't imagine injured in, like, a fucking cell. I don't know how loud it would have to be. I think I would do fine in this situation.
Just to put into context, Lee's alarm is so loud, it would wake me up if I were sleeping in the room above you.
Right, you don't, though.
I do not sleep in the room above him.
We made
That's
very
my
sure
office.
not to do that. But yes, you'd be like, uh-oh,
Well, no,
I should
yeah.
wake up
So
now.
if anybody could survive this, it's probably you.
Well, survive, they'd just walk in, I'd be like, what? And they'd be like, what? The fuck? And you're going to be like, you're a very sound sleeper. I like that.
I'd be interested to test this out, though, because you definitely can sleep through it, but can you go to sleep to it?
Yeah, I wonder. Because like,
I can go to sleep to loud things, but
Okay.
loud things wake me up.
right.
Yeah.
If they suddenly start.
Yes. But if
Yeah.
it didn't stop, I might be able to do it, because I have to go to sleep with the
Yeah.
TV playing, and
Right.
it's usually loud.
And I usually don't have anything on, although lately, but who knows? Yeah. It might keep me up, because like people, if I've been in the room when someone's snoring or something, that's like kept me from going to sleep. So I wonder how that would work. I imagine he's so tired, though. Just go to sleep. Just give in to it. Just let it happen. Okay. They go to the doctor. So, like, shit starts happening. It's this, they keep repeating a thing. Door opens, dog food sandwich, weird look on his face. He's eating a dog food sandwich? And then something, and he gets taken out for one thing or the other. He gets talked to,
Yeah.
some speeches, whatever the fuck. Do you want to go through all of those things?
Let me just skip right quick. So eventually he does break out of this room.
Well,
And,
so
I didn't get what happened that happened.
So Dwight was gone, so he went to go. I actually didn't quite get this either, but I'm going to talk through it and act like I
Sure.
did. So, like, Dwight is off catching poor man's, what's his name?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. And so he can't feed him the dog food sandwich today, so Fat Joe or whoever the fuck has to
Fat
go.
Mike.
Oh, Fat Mike of No Effects? I thought it was Joey. Has to go, deliver the lunch. And yeah, Daryl noticed something that you and I maybe didn't notice about the door, didn't catch or wasn't.
Well, I
clipped
didn't
or something
notice if
like
it was that in the scene just prior to this, he's kicking the door like a madman, and I'm like,
Right.
did he break something? Did he like slip tape on it, or like how did he do that? Because he just like pushed it and it opened right up.
Yeah, so I don't know if perhaps the kicking jammed or dislodged something, but he knew from just looking at it. Maybe he like heard it not click or heard something happen.
Yeah, I didn't catch it, and I didn't rewind.
No, and like they might have been showing us that after the door closes, something like the little key thing turns or whatever the fuck, and we just never picked up on it or something. But regardless, he notices that maybe he can get out, and he gets out, and there's some barefoot scampering around. And then he sees a motorcycle, which he's fond of.
Yep, sees a bunch, but no keys.
Yeah, he goes and looks at the motorcycles, and then people come out, as you would expect.
And on, like, cue, there goes Negan, walks out, like, immediately.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this is, like, did they know? Was an alarm sounded in there? They, like someone's out. All right.
It had the feel that I've felt a lot of times on this show and others, but this show a lot, where I'm like, was this planned? Because that's crazy to plan this, but if it wasn't planned, then how is this happening?
Yeah, there's so many options on hallways he could have chose that
Isn't
it
there?
can't be planned.
Couldn't it have been he could have gone anywhere? Couldn't he have just hid nearby? Couldn't he have waited, knowing the door was unlocked, to hear you walking up and then
If
try
it's
to
a
fucking
test, couldn't
face?
he have accidentally killed a bunch of your people? Like,
Right? Seems weird.
yeah, because they're all carrying guns. He could have like killed the first one by surprise and then like used his gun to kill many more.
Yeah, you want him
So I
because
would
he's
say
good.
it's not a test.
I guess it's not a test, but like that, the guy's not in trouble, right? Who like let him out? He's there too amongst all the guys.
I bet you'll find him burn-faced like in the next episode or some shit.
That would be neat.
Has to get in trouble later.
But Negan talks to him, gives him the three choices,
Yeah.
which I didn't write down, but the last one is live like a king and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And Daryl's not down with that.
No.
This is the you don't scare easily from the trailer where he goes to like hit him with the bat and then like
Yeah, doesn't even flinch.
doesn't even flinch, which I thought was cool. Like, you know, he's acting in this episode, right? That's
I don't know.
Things are
I
happening.
feel like they paint Daryl in different pictures. Where like, part of me is like, yeah, he didn't flinch. He's a badass. But I'm like, the other part of me thinks he would catch the bat. Like,
weird, right?
right?
I don't know why. Like, he wouldn't let himself get hit, would he?
Like, I guess
he
there's a
would.
point of him giving up and like goes like, all right, there's like 30 people here. I can't win.
Right, we're
Just
just gonna
let him
let
kill
this
me.
happen.
And the picture that he slides in there and tapes to the wall.
What was that?
It was so dark, I couldn't 100% tell.
That's what I didn't
assume
know
it's
what it
Glenn's
was.
dead face.
Okay, it looked like a zombie to me.
It looked
I
like a
don't know.
pile,
Okay, I was gonna say it looked like a mess. I
but
don't
it
know
made
what was.
Daryl cry, so it had to be his dead friends,
Okay, makes sense.
right?
I guess.
And I love
I'm
that,
kind of
that
embarrassed
Dwight's like
neither
out
of us
there,
found
like,
that.
the music
Yeah.
is loud enough that it destroys his soul, but you can hear him weeping over it. I was like, I don't know if that's factual.
Oh, well, this is maybe a softer, sadder song that he played intentionally to make him
Yes,
sad.
yes, he did do that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
there's weird stuff like that. So Dwight and the guy talk about the philosophy of how they live, and he shoots him. All right.
Yep. You find out that was Dwight's wife, too.
Well, what I just read was that he was out with the dude,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Kill me" and all that stuff.
He's like, if you don't come back, I'm gonna kill your family and make them eat shit sandwiches and blah blah.
every day. Yeah.
And then he lets him go because I think he realizes like.
And
yeah,
then he shoots him in the back.
Yep. I mean, and not the head, obviously.
Yeah, because you follow that. That's like the button at the end, but we can spoil it now because it's not even that good.
It's a shitty button.
The stupid people. That whole thing was weird to me. People wearing
head people.
Yeah, people wearing other prisoner-type uniforms were going out and putting the zombies on those weird things, right?
I imagine
the
the early
bucket heads
warning
and stuff.
systems and whatnot.
I guess that I feel like in a show that explains so much to me, that like just leaving that as a thing, and
They might say it later.
They should, because I'm kind of confused. I'm almost embarrassed not to immediately understand what that all is. Because at one point, Dwight's like, you can end up like them. And I'm like, does he mean the zombies or the people with the bucket? Because I feel like
I wasn't sure.
I feel like they both have a bad gig here. And the guys with the buckets and the sticks are kind of dressed like you. But I don't know why they're doing this. Is this like breaking rocks, but in like the zombie apocalypse? I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to be any of those people.
I took it
though.
as some sort of a like probationaries thing,
Right.
Or what you do to like freshmen when they pledge a frat.
Were
Like,
they freshmen? There, I believe. It makes sense.
I don't know. It's like, well, we need our security for zombies, and you knew. You want food? You want to live like a king?
Well,
Then you chain up some zombies, bitch.
That's like the gauntlet, or they throw people in there. We'll find out, maybe.
I feel like you'll see eventually it wraps around the whole.
Something, right? Yeah, this whole place felt kind of small though too. You saw like a few shots of like some people, but it still felt small.
Well, I
guess
think
that's the
they don't
limitations of the
need
show
it to
and
be
all that
that
stuff.
big, too.
I guess for all the people.
Because all the shit comes from outside. They're not farming or anything. Like, they don't have to keep anything. Everything they take in is already a dead animal.
That's true. That's true.
It lends itself to, and small is defendable.
I'd like to know a little more about the structure and all that stuff, which I hope will.
But again, chain link fence, and I'm like, well, if that swarm ever comes their way, they're just gone.
Yeah, it's hopefully not the full outside perimeter and whatnots.
I would imagine it is.
So that room, the awesome 50s looking room.
Yeah.
That's Negan's room, right?
I took it as Negan's bedroom.
I took it too, but it still didn't feel.
When you first saw Daryl looking into it, I was like, the teacher's lounge. And then I was like, it's obviously Negan's bedroom.
Well, they walk in and Negan's just sitting in like a chair, and part of me was like, is he about to say, this room could be yours, or something weird like that? Because you see it earlier, and I was like, that's nice looking. He's got a cool.
It looked like Daryl really wanted to sit in that chair.
Yeah, he's got a little coolerator, and there's shit on the fucking shelf already, little jars of shit, and I was like, holy shit. And then I'm like, well, wait, if that's not Negan's room must be amazing, because this place is so awesome, or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
I was just like, do they have a vacuum? How are they cleaning this carpet?
Right? Okay, because this is actually a thing with, like, when you have your mercenary band of, like, people, I guess they just make other people clean the shit. That's fine. There's always a thing of, like, we're all just warriors here. And it's like, okay, who fixes things when they break? And who's, like, helping your shit? Like, if you're all just tough badasses? But they're not, because they showed some weird-looking people in the beginning, and that dude that they let out and shot was weird and, like, lesser. They probably have, like, a whole slave cast of people.
Well, they have whores, they said. And if you have whores, you probably have maids.
That threw me a little bit, too. Because he was like, you want a little blast from the past or whatever the fuck? And I'm like, does Negan decide who gets to fuck who? This is crazy.
And then he said, I'm just kidding. Like, you can't have that.
Well, he said, I'm just kidding. You can take your pick as long as she says yes. But he's, like, letting him do it? And I'm like, do you need permission from Negan to have sex with someone who says yes? That seems really weird to me.
I pictured it like one of those, like, Arabian Nights castles where there's, like, a room with, like, a
There's
harem or whatever. Yeah. That was what I pictured.
I guess.
And I could be wrong, but I think I'm right.
But Daryl turns him down, and this is what we were.
Daryl.
Dwight turns him down. They shouldn't have picked both D names. All right, but that's where a bunch of this stuff's leading to. You find out a bunch of things. So the people that stole Daryl's motorcycle and crossbow and his shit a while ago, and his whole life, were Dwight and two girls.
Yes.
The one girl was sick.
Yep, and that was his sister-in-law.
That was his. Because they're already married there. And that was going to be, as Negan would put it, what did he say?
His wife?
My super hot maybe fiancé. All that stuff. So she was sick. She needed medicine. You can't just get that shit. Negan said, I will marry you and take care of you because you're super hot.
Yeah.
But Dwight and them didn't like that. She said she'd have to think about it.
Where would, like, it's not even like you can get it. There's not an infinite amount of insulin laying around.
No.
And even if you did, which they had a cooler of it, it's still the cooler. The ice is going to melt.
Yes, horrible plan.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And so like insulin's one of the worst types of medicine to need.
Yeah.
I feel like you would actually just be dead already.
Probably. It's been 7 years. Or
Like 3?
whatever.
4?
It's been multiple
It's been years.
Even if it's only been a year,
Yes.
how much insulin is left? And I know there are pill insulins now. I don't know if they're the same effect or if they treat her type of diabetes.
And there's people who don't need to get shots every day or for all the time, but it's still the kind of thing where you would
Well, I
frequently
imagine
need
you would.
this.
Well, I think you would wait
Right.
till cusp of death before you take each one because there's only so many of them.
And I don't remember that actress being super hot, anyway. And diabetes is not a super
Well,
hot disease.
I think it's kind of like how there's not a lot of insulin. There's not a lot of women. Period.
Oh shit.
And like a New York City 6 is a post-apocalyptic zombie 10. Like
You have all your arms and legs and both eyes, several teeth.
pretty much.
You're the bomb. I don't want to dig on that actress. I just don't remember being.
I can't remember her at all.
I remember
She didn't leave
all
an
these
impact.
people are so hot. I just remember her being dumb and dying from some zombies under melted glass. It was dope.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Terrible? What do you mean?
I wouldn't want to go that way.
Oh, okay. Sometimes you say it's terrible, and I'm not making eye contact with you, and I think you mean it was a bad thing. So Dwight and them ran away, and they met Daryl, but then they went back for some reason, even though they got away. And he got his face burned, and his super hot wife is now Negan's wife, and not allowed to screw him anymore. And I guess that's sad. And Daryl and Dwight have a moment where he goes, "I see why you did it. I see why you knelt. You were thinking about someone else. I'm thinking about someone else too. That's why I can't do it." And Dwight's all like, "Oh."
Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought only Daryl got away and Dwight and the two girls got caught when like all those cars came through.
What the fuck happened?
That's why when I was like, they came back, they didn't come back.
Didn't they? Well, they stole his motorcycle, and they drove away.
Daryl came back. Daryl threw her medicine or whatever, and then like the bad guys came and Daryl got away. Wasn't that what happened? Didn't they get caught?
I thought they took his motorcycle away, and Daryl did not. Well, he didn't get caught then, did he? Right?
No, he didn't get caught then.
Right.
I don't know. Now I'm like, what the fuck happened in this show?
In my memory, Daryl got left high and dry, and like the girl I think was like, "I'm sorry," and Dwight without the burns was like, "You were done to us," or some dumb shit he said about like, "This is what we have to do," or something. "We're sorry," or something like that. And they just like took off. And that,
no, they did take off, but I thought he caught up with them down the way, and then like and took all their shit, including the medicine, and then came back with the medicine, and that's when they got caught.
So like I feel like in between, like what I'm remembering, I hope is at the very end after the other girl died to the zombies and the glass and all that stuff.
Maybe.
And what you're remembering happened like very close right after they first encountered each other. And then Daryl, because like he like caught up to them and like was like, and you were like, I wonder what he's gonna do. And I think that's what he's like regretting is like instead of ambushing them and fucking them over, I was like, come on, let's go. Like I'll help you and all that shit. And that's like the bad thing.
Yeah.
So in my head, the girl and Dwight took off on that motorcycle, and you didn't see them again until you saw him with the burns coming back, being like, "Hey man, like what's up?"
Maybe.
I think
That makes sense for what happened, but I don't remember it that way.
I refuse to go back and research
I won't look at it again.
But so that explains everything in this whole episode and why the girl's been weird to Dwight, and you knew that was the girl, and you knew that they were a thing, but they were acting weird, and it only makes sense. I don't know how much of this was like a secret hidden mystery, and how much of this was just like, yes, that's what you've been saying the whole time.
Sure.
Whatever the fuck.
And he burned him with an iron.
Which doesn't look like an iron.
No, it looks like he through acid in his face. It's
Or
so weird
Put
and
his
erratic.
face into fire or something like that. It looks like the Hound, kind of.
Or maybe it was like a McGriddle maker.
Mr. George Foreman. Just slammed his face in
It
there.
makes more sense that way.
But that was the thing. So like, and like she wanted to do it, so it's not weird or quite as bad, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah, he's not taking it. She offered it.
In like a "please don't kill us," and they had that exchange in like where it's like you got an extra cigarette and they like talk in the hall, the stairway.
Yeah.
You know, Dwight and like that girl, where it's like it's better than being dead, right, or something, something like that, and you're like, well, what the fuck? So this weird wedding thing where I was like, okay, my sister, my hot fiance sister, his sister, no, her, and then, okay, right, good, got it. I understand who all these people are. But this whole thing, I think, was to humanize Dwight.
Yeah, I can see that, but I just was like, fuck him.
I get why you did it. You were thinking about someone else.
I don't care about Dwight. I don't want to look at Dwight. Dwight fuck with my boy, and I want Dwight dead.
Don't discriminate against Dwight because of his physical shortcomings.
I didn't like his face before the burn.
Me neither.
If anything, the burn added character.
It did.
But I hate him.
I don't like him either.
I don't like this Daryl wannabe.
Oh, I see. I wonder. Because I don't feel that at all. I'm just not very, he's being humanized now. You can see he's, doubting. Like, the guy on the road that he shot had a point of, there's only one of him. Why don't we just, fucking be like, we're not doing this anymore. This is bullshit. Or something like that. That's what I said, in between the season finale of, this seems weird, though. How is he able to do this? Or something. And now that you've seen his layout and, his situation, I'm kind of like, I don't know what's going on here.
I'm sure in the past some have tried and he's killed them.
Of course.
And now no one wants to try.
Yeah, but now it's like a snowball effect. There's enough able-bodied people there to just be like, it's over, boom, at any moment.
Guess.
But he's built up the loyalty and all the things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He is showing results.
He is.
They are eating good. There's mustard
and people
on the sandwich.
are, whole leaves of lettuce.
Yeah.
I think that something's going to happen, like you said, between these people and Negan and Dwight. You're going to feel bad for Dwight, I guess, in some way. I don't know. He shot what's-her-name with the bow and arrow in the face.
There's no redeeming him. He's not going to become part of the group. He's
can't.
dead to them. He may have a redeeming last stand, but I don't think that. I think there's going to be something that kills him, and just Daryl takes his vest back, or he beats his ass and takes his vest back. The vest has to come back. Hashtag vest back.
Hashtag bring back the vest.
But yeah, that's this episode just wasn't much for me. You liked it more than I did, but
it's not as bad as the Shaolin coach episode.
I liked that episode far more than this episode.
Okay.
Far more.
Well, so
that episode, I'm like, okay, it wasn't the same shit over and over again.
Sure.
And I'm like, that was interesting enough. I'm like, okay, whatever. The goat. I cared about the goat more than I cared about Daryl in this episode.
I understand.
100%.
I feel like both of those episodes were like, well, we have to explain this shit. How are we going to do that? And I think your answer from before was my answer for the Shaolin coach episode was like, you should cut this into little pieces and have little flashbacks throughout other episodes, or in put it up against something else. Just don't do this whole. Don't take me to this fucking place for a whole episode.
The letting it breathe thing, and that's you have a lot of intense shit. You have an easy episode, but there's no reason that easy episode has to be bad. So for me, the Shaolin Monk episode wasn't bad, but this episode was bad.
This episode was not. I don't know.
It wasn't, and it's a par that it wasn't up to, that they set themselves.
Yes.
When you make episodes on a pretty rising, steady incline of goodness, and then you dip, for whatever reason you dip, it's a bad episode. But this was a severe dip, well below their usual.
No, it kind of killed the momentum.
If you charted the episodes in level of goodness, this is in the bottom 10 of a show that's had 100 episodes.
Yeah, I think if I have to rank it as an episode, and my instant reaction was that it felt like work. I just have to get.
It did.
I have to get through this to get to the other episodes.
But that's what's so frustrating
bad,
is if you were to tell me on any normal day we're getting a Daryl episode, I'm super in. You've gotten most of the world going all right, and if you would have had Daryl not in a box the whole episode, and maybe them trying to make him prove himself, and all right, newbie, you want to live, then you gotta fight, and they just throw him to zombies for an hour. I'm like okay, at least there's some action there.
Do you think people's love of Daryl has or will color their opinion of this episode, where they say, no, it was great, we got all this Daryl crime?
No, I think people will like
That'll
it.
Be the thing.
People in general Daryl's episodes. So I don't think it will get received in its true light, but if that were anybody but Daryl, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Sure.
Even if that was Rick, you'd be like, I don't give a shit, Rick, stop being a bitch.
No, I think you're right, because if one of my least favorite characters was Glenn, everyone else loves Glenn. I think you love Glenn, everyone loves Glenn.
I didn't hate Glenn, but if, I like Glenn early seasons more than late seasons.
If that had been Glenn, I would have liked it a lot less.
Yeah.
I think it being Daryl kind of just bobbed it back up to
exactly
a neutral sort of situation.
And that's the best it could be, is a neutral episode. There's no redeeming good things about this episode.
I think the show in general, there's a lot of things I want answers to, and I just feel like it's teasing me and dragging things out
Certainly.
and leaving it on purpose. And they're like, that's what we want. We want you to be like, oh, I want to know. And I'm like, well, now it's just like, fuck you. Now
But
I'm
yeah,
at a point
eventually
where I'm
it's
like,
not
shit.
like, I really want to know more. It's
Yeah.
fuck you. This shit's fucked.
Yeah.
I'm not at that point yet. I'm not trying to say remotely I'm at that point
No.
yet. But if you keep fucking me, I'll be at that point.
I've had something brewing for a while, so now it's like that thing where like now if they just show the slightest sign of fucking with me, I'm like, are you fucking with me? It's like a very much like I'm on like a hair trigger of like, don't draw this out. You owe me 4 minutes and a whole subplot, you bitch. Fuck you. I'm not paying for this. I deserve this, which is not the right attitude to have at all. But they did this to me, so whatever.
So anything further to say about episode 3?
I'm good.
Okay, so in conclusion, 2 thumbs down. Fuck you. And on Down to Fire. We'll see you next time.
45-degree angle down. Kind of down.
That's still down.